Hey traders, let's start with Bitcoin today. So it still remains potential bullish. However, with this formation, we are now looking at a market that it's probably wanting to make something like this. And what we did here is an impulse, then correction started into the zone. Correction started almost into the zone. And now we are in this period of just unclear price action. And what we want to see before we are going higher is this build up of internal structure and supply and demand with preferably clear unmitigated zones like this one and like this one. So they created this build up which were really clear on lower time frames, and then with impulse correction impulse it started its way up. So we don't have it here, and by the way we are pretty overextended. We caught with EMAs, but overall on daily the market is just yeah, such markets they want to go at least a bit lower. With that said, the possibility that we just instead of going lower we created this correction and that's all, this possibility is still here. So if we are looking at daily, we are looking at a scenario at something like this. So we looked overextended and then created a correction and continues from there. So ideally what we want to see now, if we want to along this market, is continuations of a build-ups like this. So this price action we want to see here before taking these highs. Same goes for Ethereum, same goes for other cryptos as well. USD so yesterday we discussed that we want to see some bullishness from this zone or this smaller zone. The market is starting to build up. So overall, this is a bullish market until we reach these highs. USD actually played out very good from yesterday's bias. And again, this is a bullish market from what? From this all bullish price action, from these three accumulations. Now we tapped into the zone, and now we are in a classical situation where we have a zone and we start to create internal structure, internal build-up to take out the highs. So this is exactly this situation. And yeah, overall this is the target. We don't have structural overextension, that's still okay. We have the zones, so either from here or from here we can watch for longs on lower time frames. What kind of pattern? This kind of pattern. So we want impulse, correction, and entries here. So even this one would be a decent entry in this situation. EURUSD we also expected bullishness yesterday, so we started this build up, then impulse, then fractal reaccumulations, internal structure S&D confirmation here with impulse corrections on the way up. So this is what we are looking on USD/JPY right now. Now a bit overextended, so we need something like this here, but overall still bullish as per previous outlooks. USD CAD, same thing. We wanted to see either choppiness or a build up, and then we have this space for longs. The earliest longs possible, this is like an example trade, though not so clear, but still we had this chop, and then chop started to hold itself with these moves, started to create S&Ds 2.0s or chains of supply and demand, and then started this impulse correction, and this was possible entry, or this one, for example. This one was not an entry, so no entry, no entry, no entry. First entry here. Yeah, basically that's all. Now Euro GBP just unclear market as almost always. So we discussed that we have this possible bullish target in an unclear environment. So overall expecting chop with a bit of bullishness, I would say. GJ still same target, still same bullish market. Yeah, just as other GPY pairs. Gold, so it's in an interesting place right now. It's in a major zone from 4 hours, like we discussed yesterday. It tapped into it, started to move down, now starting to move to the upside into a fractal or internal zone to create this chain here with this zone. So until this is holding, we expect some bearishness or just choppy price action. With that said, a local price action on 15 minutes is extremely bullish. Why? Because we have this local trend already here. So if you are someone that wants to short gold, is of course better to wait for the break of these lows, and then on a formation like this, search for entries, because right now it does not look too bearish to me. But overall, again, it's easy to just put it off the watch list because high time frames are unclear, because we have bullish foundation and then just really long-term chop which can continue for a longer time. Indices still remain its bullish potential, but need good confirmations on middle time frames. We have the zone here and we can start to continue from it, but of course we need to wait for the session. US 100 looking more bearish right now. I mean locally, of course locally, because they are all on high time frames, they are all really bullish. Yeah. AUD/GPY bullishness is holding, and it seems like we will take out these highs that we discussed yesterday. So yeah, just looking bullish. Same for other GPY pairs. GU and EU, we discussed bearishness yesterday, and it seems bearishness is still holding, and we are targeting these lows and we are breaking, so this or this. Same for EU, but it is not as clear as GU. This one I would not touch, as well as this one. AD/NZD, we discussed bearishness from this zone. So this situation which we have kind of on the gold. Yeah, so we have this impulse, bigger correction into the zone, and we have this impulse, bigger correction into the zone. We still had this unmitigated, but we don't need to tap into it. And we are starting to break. What is the overall foundation of price? It's bearish. And what is the target? This one. So 30 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes, always looking bearish. We are having this redistribution, which is good because we started to be pretty overextended structurally. So we have this one shift, we can have second, third, and then continue, or we can just tap into the zone right now and continue from here. Let's see how it all develops, but overall it's looking pretty bearish. Okay, that's all for today, and see you tomorrow.